Guys, it's a great time in the semester to sort of take stock of where you are and how you're doing. We've completed three big essays, number 4, number 5, and number 6, in your portfolio, which will be 10 essays total by the end of the semester. And now's a good time to make sure that at least one of those, whether it's number 4, 5, or 6, is an essay that you really feel pretty proud and pretty confident about. That's an essay to give extra attention to this week as you verify that it has 3 parts: a college level beginning, a middle in several paragraphs, and a college level ending, and that you know what each of those parts is supposed to do, and that you've generously rewritten all of those parts. So you don't have to do that for all the essays, but you do want to make sure that one of these essays, narrative essays of abstract definition, you've really given your full attention to, several rewrites, and generous expansion. Just to give you a heads up, the final portfolio in this class requires that you submit 10 essays. We've done 6. We'll look at 7, 8, and 9. Maybe it'll be 10 essays, 9 or 10. And they're coming up, and the essays to come, 7, 8, and 9, are even longer. They're going to be 3 and 4 page essays coming up. So we spent a lot of time building up your writing speed, building up your ability to be generous with the details and data that you've done, and that all gets really exercised and tested in the weeks, the final 4 or 5 weeks of class. So it's a real ramp up time. And those final portfolios have to have drafts of all of the essays, and then of 3 or 4 of your essays, those will be essays that you polish, that you rewrite with attention to grammar, generosity, specificity, wonderful college level diction, and so on and so forth. So passing portfolios have to be between 15 to 20 pages of polished college level writing. So that's what we're aiming for. And a lot of this work in the last part of the semester will be developing that kind of generous and that kind of polish in the essays to come. So with that being said, this is also advising week, and it's a great week for you to think about questions that you have for me about your next courses that you may want to take over the summer or the fall. Questions about your major. Are you in the right major? Do you want to switch or consider alternatives? Questions about your career path, how you see yourself moving from your college training to your professional life. These are all issues that come up under the title of advising at Housatonic. And I am, you can consider me, since you know me a little bit at least, as one of the academic professionals that you can consult with advising issues. So we've talked about the portfolio. We've talked about advising week issues, and there's a video and some more information for you to look at this week. And then the last thing I want to talk about quickly in this announcement is just taking stock. Online classes are really, really hard, and online writing classes are the hardest. So if you're feeling very confused, if you've got a lot of catching up to do, if you're looking at your life schedule the next 4 or 5 weeks and it's a lot, it may be a question of thinking about coming back and doing this class over in the fall when it will be a live class. A lot of students do that. Just a lot of students in online classes around this week say, I don't want to catch up. I don't think I'm learning what I need to learn. I'm not confident that I understand what's being asked of me and what the essays are supposed to be doing. And if that's you, if you're kind of waffling about being satisfied with your learning, satisfied with the quality of your work, you've got a couple choices. One choice is to ramp things up. So that would be contact me for a conference via Zoom or via the phone, so we can really work together through your questions and actually look specifically at an essay about why it's not yet at college level and what you might need to do to get it closer there. It's nothing that 2, 3, 4 hours of work on an essay can't usually help you get closer to where these essays need to be. So one thing is to conference with me. Another is a lot of students use the Academic Support Center, the writing tutors. They are wonderful. They have big chunks of time. They can work through essay bit by bit. They can polish sentences with you. They can help you better understand the assignments. They can be a friend and a coach as you're working through this essay and essays in other classes. So I recommend them highly. So I've put a link there if you want to test out and try out the Writing Center. And lastly, a third thing that people do is drop the course, which is a completely legitimate thing to do. It's completely legitimate to say, this isn't working for me. I've tried really hard, but it's not, I'm not feeling good about my work, about my ability to catch up, and about the quality of my work. If you're at a kind of really high level of confusion, if you're just disappointed with how much you're understanding, I think you should chalk that up. And there's nothing wrong with you, but you should really be honest about how the online environment is not one that works for you. I don't think it would have worked for me as a student. So I want you to be easy on yourselves. If you're really still struggling at this point, it's a good sign that this is just not a format that's working for you and that you deserve more. You deserve the kind of teaching and the kind of environment that can really support you at getting the skills that you need. English 101 is a very important class, and the students who complete it with some confidence and some sense of accomplishment do well. Students who stumble through and barely pass or don't pass do not do well for future classes. So these are skills that you really, really need. And this is a kind of a time to get real, to get honest with yourself about how you're doing, what you're understanding, and how this format is working for you. So I really encourage you. I've thrown, if you're going to throw up the handles, I want you to do two things. I want you to officially drop the class at the registrar's office, and I'll try to put a link there to help you do that. So you have to officially drop. You can't just stop. Otherwise, you get an F. So if you're really doing poorly and you want to just stop for the moment, I want you to officially drop the class. And if you do, I've put the information for my online live class in the fall. So if you're going to stop at this moment, you can keep all your work. It will still be useful to you in the fall when we do another version of this class. So that may be a really smart thing to do. Hold on to your work, register for a live class with me in the fall, and it's Monday, Wednesdays at 11 o'clock. And we can continue our work on campus much, much more fruitfully than in this online environment. And there's lots of other classes in the fall too. Not too many on campus. It's going to be a mixture of online and on campus in the fall. So if you really want campus-based teaching, get your shot. I'm getting mine next week. And come and sign up quickly so that you get one of those classroom spots. So there you have it. Drop the class, conference with me, writing tutor, just a bunch of rewriting time. I want to be here for you guys as best I can. I came into this is my kitchen with my favorite picture that we have in our house, my fancy kitchen. I want to be here for you guys any way I can. So please reach out. I can meet with you. Just send 3 times when you're available. We can set up a phone call if you prefer, or a Zoom call, and we'll do everything we can to support you in this really tough time. For those of you who celebrate Easter this week, watch out. Happy jelly beans and Easter bunnies, and happy Easter with your families and loved ones. Okay, so have a good week. I'm looking forward to hearing lots of papers, Zoom calls, phone calls this week. Hang in. Great working with you.